Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to another daily live stream where we talk about decentralized science, the broader crypto markets, and basically anything that we want to talk about. Right now, it is Fitness Friday, so hopefully each and every one of you guys are out there making moves to keep yourself fit. Currently speaking, decentralized science down to $630 million market cap, or down 9.4% on the day. Please, why does it have to keep going down, man? Top gainers right now are Riff, Euro, and Deep Worm. So shout out Riff and Euro holders. If you bought the dip, if you bought the top, well, I'm sorry. Trending, we got VitaDAO, Axon, and Bio, which is pretty cool to see some of the three top, most well-known names out there. Today in this live stream, we are going to talk about the recent drama that involves 23andMe. Yes, most of you guys are probably well aware of this, but 23andMe is going bankrupt, a Chapter 11 filing, and they are selling the genomic data of everyone on their platform to the highest bidder. So things are going to be interesting. Welcome in, guys. As you come in, please go ahead and hit that like button on the live stream. Oh, I'm sorry I'm winded. I was doing some pull-ups to get the blood flowing before the live stream. That is why I was a few minutes late. But we are already starting off on a good foot. So WC90, thank you for the gifted memberships. We love to see those. Good morning, MK. Good morning, Zash. Good morning, C90. Good morning, Solus. Good morning, Beagle. Good morning, QTSO. A new face here. Haven't seen that name before. Oh, I got new chat settings here. I can go top chat, live chat, or fan funding. That's pretty cool. So it'd literally just be C90s. Bullish. Bullish. Love the red. That's a little sadistic, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. On Bitcoin's chart right now, we got clearly rejected by that trend line. The trend line that I thought we were going to hold above, we got rejected by it, and so I adjusted that trend line a little bit higher to show that it is actually a major area of resistance. If we go to the daily chart, you can also see that we are back below all the moving averages. So today's candle is quite aggressive to the downside on Bitcoin, and it is not something that I was super excited to see when I woke up and saw it, but it is what it is. Dominance continues to truck higher. So hopefully you guys are ready for a little bit more pain before the full-blown final leg of the market. As far as the Nasdaq's concerned, we got rejected right off the 200-day moving average, which is, again, exactly what I was afraid of happening. And so now we are going into uncharted territories in this most recent downturn in the market. So pay attention, I guess. Hopefully you guys got those hedges going on your portfolio. The TLT play, aka the bond hedge, is basically at the exact same prices that we were back when we opened the position. So bond hedge has not moved at all. This will move when the Fed starts cutting rates more and more and more. This will move. This is a very much guaranteed play if we enter into a time period where the Fed has to start stimulating everything. So if things do get bad enough, the hedge will pay out. TLT will move aggressively as QE and the cutting of rates continues. So if you think the Fed is going to be accommodating to a downtrending market, then this is a good way to hedge without that risk, is just by buying some bonds. Oh, sorry, let me show you what I'm drinking. Got some kombucha here. It is guava passion fruit. Not sponsored, although it should be. Mods, Patrick must have his own job before giving us jobs. Parking validation is no excuse. We know you sold your car. I turned off all my 1% 1 hour notifications. So much better, Headspace. Yeah, we allow it on Fitness Friday. Good, good. My wife is a 23andMe user. She did not appreciate my joke that I wanted to meet her clone someday. Oh my God. I mean, it's not that far off, honestly. We probably will get some cloning technology in the not too distant future. And keep an eye on the weekly close, possible double bottom, then up, finish with the W formation. That is the hope, or we are dead. I mean, if you guys do recall, okay, I know we don't want to like sit through this pain, but if you guys do recall the overlay of Bitcoin with the total liquidity of the markets across the world, that M2 chart, it dictated that we would get this big bounce and then we would come back down to form that double bottom on the chart with Bitcoin. So I would not be that surprised again to see a wick down to 73,000 on Bitcoin. I know that's not anything anyone wants to see, but it would liquidate quite a lot of people, and then maybe we can start sending higher with the liquidity in the market. I think it's probably a good idea to pull that up actually, since I'm talking about it, but global M2 over BTC. Let's see if that's good enough search engine on X. Kind of, not really, that's pretty old. It's also old, not exactly what I was hoping for. Here we go. This is the chart that I remember showing you guys. Remember? So it looks like it's possible we are on this track right here, right? With the 107-day offset. Remember I showed you guys this like a week ago, I believe, where Bitcoin started rallying. It looked like it was going to be the breakout, and then it falls back down. Liquidity, however, then continues to skyrocket like crazy. So they're saying at the end of April, we would get some of that blast off if we are, in fact, following global liquidity like that, which is basically what happens in Bitcoin's price history. It follows global liquidity. Global liquidity is putting in all-time highs right now, so we just have to wait for that liquidity to find its way back into the market. So maybe that's what happens. Hopefully that's what happens. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, as we always do. But in the meantime, it is definitely worth talking about some of the stuff that's going on in the DeSci landscape. So if we go ahead over to the DeSci SHILLERS list on X, which all of you guys should be following to keep up to date in the DeSci markets, you can see a lot of talk around the acquisition of the 23andMe genetic information, right? Because as 23andMe goes bankrupt, they have to sell off the 15 million Americans' data, right? So let me go ahead and just read this from SEI, not to be confused with SUI, S-U-I. The SEI Foundation is in the process of placing its boldest DeSci bet ever. It officially exploring the acquisition of the 23andMe to defend the genetic privacy of 15 million Americans and ensure their data is protected for generations to come. They believe the user data sovereignty is a matter of national security. When an American biotech pioneer faces bankruptcy, personal genomic data of millions becomes vulnerable to parties that may not share the same values of transparency and open access. Their vision: deploy 23andMe on C, the most prominent blockchain built for web-scale applications. All right, a little bit of a bold statement right there. Return data ownership to its users through encrypted confidential transfers. Allow users to choose how their data is monetized and share in the revenue. This isn't just about saving a company, it's about building a future where your most personal data remains yours to control. You can tell based off this sentence right here that this was written by AI. So this isn't just about saving a company, it's about building a future. We'll share updates in the near future, notifications. Yeah, so same thing is going on with 23andMe and Genomes. So Genomes is also trying to bid for the 23andMe data. Honestly, I would prefer Genomes gets it because I hold more genomes, but regardless, I just want to see the data move on chain. This, regardless as to who gets it, would be a massive W for decentralized science if they could actually go on a global scale and showcase how blockchain can actually benefit users. At the end of the day, both propositions here, both from C and Genomes, would be that they take that data from Genomes or from 23andMe, put it in vaults on chain, and give that ownership back to the individual, which would allow the individual to either choose if their data gets sold thereafter, right? Because in this point, they have no control over what happens to that data, right? Which is a major, major flaw in the traditional models for data ownership and data accuracy, right? And let me put the caps on these so they don't go flat. You go look at what happens with 23andMe. If you provide your genetic information to them, they it's theirs now. It's theirs. It's not yours anymore. It's theirs. So if they want to sell it to GSK or to the highest bidder, they already got you to sign a waiver saying that's fine when you purchase their genetic testing kit and ask them to sequence your DNA. They already have control over that. And so if we can bring that genetic information on chain and actually give the sovereignty back to the individual, meaning the ownership or the control of that data back to the individual, that's huge win for DeSci. And I know you guys get it. I understand that you guys get it, but I'm saying that for anyone who's watching it based off of just a Google search on 23andMe or whatever brought them into this video, which if you are not familiar with this content, we go live Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talk about decentralized science and how crypto can make you money. This is one of those examples. Another interesting thing is if you compare the actual data that 23andMe has on you compared to what Genomes does with their sequencing, it is night and day difference. Like 23andMe sequences like 0.1% of the genetic sequence or something like that in order to get you information on your ancestors and your genetics based off of like, I mean, your family tree basically, and a little bit of characteristics like, oh, we sequenced your DNA and it shows that you have blue eyes and brownish hair with the small traits of redhead, right? Whatever your genetic information says, but in very small snippets that are super obvious. 23andMe is nothing compared to Genomes DAO and what Genomes is able to offer. They sequence like 95% of your genetic sequence or something like that. And so it's night and day. And yeah, it's just really cool to see that this opportunity is being given to everyone, especially after the hack that happened a couple years ago with 23andMe. It was disgusting. All of that data went on the black market. I'm also exploring the acquisition of 23andMe. I offered $2, strong offer, Beagle. I mean, I think we should be doing it. I think we should go purchase all of this data and put it on chain. The users all got an email asking if they wanted to delete their data or not before the sale. Damn, kind of crazy. A lot of people probably aren't even paying attention to that. It's a shame to see just the complete lack of understanding of how to handle all of this data. Like, sure, go ahead and delete it. It's already been stolen. All the data is already on the black market, so you're not actually deleting your data. You're just deleting the ability to make money off of it. And I wish that they would present that to people. But yeah, I hope that a DeSci project can actually take a hold of this data. That's the main point here. I hope that we can bring it on chain and show the world the power of decentralized science. Next up, for stuff to talk about today, we got a post from Bioprotocol. Imagine a piece of research in the bio network becomes a blockbuster drug. How would revenue get recycled back into the ecosystem? The big brains at Vending Machine have been cooking some spicy value flow models for bio. So just a little graphic to explain how you could partake in the bio ecosystem and make money if this value proposition comes true and the flywheel that is already spinning continues to spin. I'm not defending them. They do allow you when you sign up to opt out of any big data saved. They know if they actually do that or not. Who knows if they actually do that or not? I know, I agree with that. Who knows? I mean, they store the data somewhere. Hey, what's good, Knowledge? Over on X, can you drop me the link to what? What do you want the link to? What would you like the link to, my man? I did not see you there initially, so my bad. So, the value flow here for bio. We got the bio treasury. Bio governance revenue or IPT distributions go to bio holders. Bio treasury, you got a equal back and forth between IPT and bio treasury. And then bio treasury to the bio DAOs to IPT, right? Because a lot of the IPT comes from the bio DAOs. And then you got the revenue IPT distributions, the bio DAO creation. You get bio DAO holders. I'm trying to understand it. I don't think that this is the most effective little flow of information, but controls fees, fee switch, IP, revenue distribution. So basically the revenue that you get, the revenue that Bio is getting from these IPTs is going to be distributed in part to the Bio holders and the IPT holders, and apparently the BioDAO token holders as well. So this is a big revenue sharing model incentivizing people just to hold on to all of that. The link to the genetics company, I'll actually link this entire post to you. That way you can check out both C and genomes. But genomes on their website, if you go over here, official website, genomes.io, you can see that you can actually get sequenced right here. You can go ahead and buy the genetic sequencing kit and you get a lot of value here. It is kind of expensive, but you get a lot of value. 200, oh my god, they changed the prices a lot. So if you want to wait 12 weeks to get the turnaround time, it's 250 euro. If you want to wait 5 weeks, it's 400. If you want it instantly, aka within 1 week, it is 650 euros. But yeah, and then USA ships worldwide, return postage not included, coming soon, 14-week turnaround time. So they're trying to make it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, but there you go. Genomes DAO, everyone, very exciting, kind of cool. Thank you, sir. Of course, I'm not defending them. I already read that comment. There was something else I was going to do when I got here, though. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I do want to check out genomes, though, to see how they're doing. Remember, they changed the ticker to genome. It is a $7 million market cap. Are they getting any boost off of this? In the last 3 months, they are down atrociously. So no, they're not getting much of a boost off of this at all. A little bit off the bottom, but I would not count that to be anything. 50% move is nothing in the land of crypto. What about C? Is C getting some excitement around it? I didn't realize how small C was until Discord. Oh wait, no. They are almost $1 billion project. So what was that? If Derek's in here, I think you got the link to the wrong token there. C is $1 billion. They are a lot bigger than I expected. But they're down and out. They are down bad. They are crying off the highs over here around $1. $1.04 all the way down to 19 cents. Okay. Genome is a good buy. I agree. How dare you? Looking at Valley DAO, if you want some free money, is offering $100 giveaways to celebrate 10,000 followers on X. Valley DAO is giving back to the community. You can win $100 and grow. Here's how to enter. Follow Valley DAO and hempy.science. Like and retweet this tweet, although it's a post. Derek linked C-USDC pair. Is this not the C-USDC? This is C price. This is... Was it the same price though? Oh, okay, I get it. He linked it on Dex Screener. So it's the same price, but because how Dex Screener works, it is C on USDC. I get it. Okay, so it's not that small. Derek linked this, which is the same price, and it's kind of just a bridge. So they bridged $11 million worth of C. What is this? What is this buy and sell? This is not me. This is not me. Yeah, so this is C on ETH. But basically, I'll give you guys this link as well if you guys want to go help out Valley DAO and potentially get $100 for doing so. Good morning, Steve the Canadian. Good morning, Steve the Canadian. Deadline, April Fool's Day. Good luck. It's exciting. I'm glad to see them have so many followers now. 10,000 for Valley DAO. Hempy is chilling at 1,500, just under 1,500. You guys know I'm crazy bullish on Hempy. I think it's going to go much, much higher than where it's at currently speaking. I think, obviously, these IP tokens, there's a lot of them now, and I need to sit down and like go find all of them to put together a complete list and then go open up positions in all of them. But these IP tokens are going to rip at some point. They are in my opinion, surefire plays whenever that attention cycle does come back around. It might take a little bit of time, but these IP tokens are giant outsized risk to rewards. They're all at basement bargain prices. Obviously, they can always go down even further than where they're at, but they're all at basement bargain prices. And I think that their potential is hundreds of millions of dollars, if not tens of millions, but they're all chilling under $1 million. So they're very much so, in my opinion, like 20 to 50 X's just waiting patiently. Now, I got a little bit of a market update here from Bill. So this was a really cool post to see from Bill. DeSci update March 28th, 2025. We got C Network, X23andMe, potential acquisition of decentralized genomic data and enable open access science. We got a pump science mention, new supplement store funds real world longevity research via crypto native rails. I love that. We've talked about that a little bit in past live streams. We got bioprotocol, community owned biotech, decentralized funding, shared IP, no VC gatekeeping. Well, they are a new aged VC, so I guess kind of still VC gatekeeping, but that's okay. State of the movement, DeSci stands at a fork, science progress or speculative noise. I agree with that. And then a whole article that is cited here to kind of outline, I'm assuming where Bill got all his information. This isn't the revolution the industry needs, it's a distraction. I kind of want to read this whole article, so we'll come back to it if we still have some time in a minute. And then Axon posted a summary of what they've been working on. So I know a lot of you guys are holding Axon, but I don't talk about it too much. Here's a good update, and then we'll talk about what Steve the Canadian is saying, our in-house bear. We're actively building a blockchain-based activity log to record everything we do with and for our users. Data delivery, rewards, quality confirmations, and more. All these actions will be mirrored on-chain through our new undisclosed blockchain partner. This is a big step towards aligning our back-end tech with global medical software standards. The beauty of using blockchain, every user interaction becomes immutable and fully anonymized. Love that. We're also laying the groundwork for broader industry consensus, which will evolve through collaborative processes over the next 2 to 3 months. Implementing medtech quality systems inside an organization is a tough task, but we're up for it. Our team has years of real-world experience working with high-stakes regulated systems. The good news, Cure rings are in transit, 2 batches, one headed to the US, one to the EU. Air freight confirmed, setup verified, expect more updates in the coming hours and days. Stay tuned, we're building something that lasts. So a good little update from Axon. They're trying to add that layer of transparency, which is good to see. Good to see. And of course, they shipped some of the Cure rings. So they are continuing to make progress regardless as to what happens to the price of the token. They are out here actively pushing things forward. AXGT. So that is definitely a good sign. 10-cent token, still down 90% from the peak, but that is not different from most of the other stuff out there. You know? Damn. The bleeding. Will the bleeding ever stop? Okay, let's go ahead and look at what Steve is saying here. Let's open up the Bitcoin chart. Let's go ahead and switch to a time frame that doesn't look as gross. Still kind of gross. It's alright, we'll stay in the daily time frame then. Alright. Bitcoin is probably going to bottom out again around the end of April, so I'd be looking at May to see where the real bottoms are and start hopping into your favorite projects. In my opinion, of course. I see that as bullish. We are getting the final discount that everyone thought was last year. And then a little bear emoji. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that ideology here. It doesn't look like we're out of the woods yet, guys. We just got rejected pretty aggressively. And I think we're going to come down and probably put in a lower low. I think we're following liquidity, but even the liquidity chart that I showed you a few minutes ago at the start of the live stream said we're probably going to come down, do a double bottom on Bitcoin, and then the liquidity starts opening up. And we know that starting on, let me pull up the dates. We're in March. So starting April 2nd, we get the beginning of the end of QT. So things are lining up like that to hopefully correspond with some increase in activity within the crypto markets. Global liquidity hitting all-time highs, Bitcoin lagging behind by about 3 months, and QT starting to come to an end from the Fed, or at least winding down a little bit. I think that we are going to see some pretty aggressive price movements after the final leg of pain here. So come back down, touch. I think that we're going to wick below, in my opinion. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong, but I think what we'll see is a wick below the peak from March 2024, so a year ago, right? Because a lot of people assume we won't come down and touch that, so they're probably putting their stop losses down here at like 73,000 on the dot. So I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin wick down to like 72.5 or something like that to liquidate a lot of people, and then progress higher rapidly. And probably at some point over the summer, we'll see those. We'll see Bitcoin back above 100,000 if we do get that final leg, right? And then in that final leg, depending on how high we go, I would assume we'll either reach to 160 or 200,000. I would definitely be taking profits off the table. Hopefully QT is completely over and we're getting rate cuts and we're getting money injected into the system because of how much downward pressure is on the economy. And then dominance is falling, maybe, hopefully. But I mean, at this point, now that we're in the final innings of the cycle, I think it's definitely worth acknowledging that we might not get dominance to really collapse, right? It's possible that we just maintain little snippets of downward momentum, right? Where we get Bitcoin putting in those crazy spikes in dominance and then fall back to the moving averages. And then we get those crazy spikes in dominance and then a fall back to the moving average. It's possible that we get that crazy spike of dominance here and then a fall back to the moving average. And in that fall to the moving average is when all of alt season is happening. You know what I mean? I mean, that's, at this point, it's been like 3+ years of that. So it'd be stupid not to say that's what's happening, right? It's more so just looking at the chart and understanding that right now, the economy is not at a spot where people are willing to take those crazy speculative gambles. It's a flee to safety constantly. Everyone is just investing when it looks like it's time to invest, pulling out money as soon as they get any semblance of gains. It is like a very fearful market right now. And yeah, who knows what's really going to take place. Maybe after we get that crazy recession that's likely on the horizon, after that, we get some crazy altcoin runs as they print money and devalue the dollar again. But right now, it doesn't look like that's here. It doesn't. There's technically a little CME gap down there in the 70s. Damn it, C90. I mean, I guess that's positive confirmation of what I just said, but I really just don't want that to be the case, but I think it might be the case. I think it might be the case. I think this circle is going to end up filling. I hope it doesn't fill during where I drew the circle, right? I hope that we can put the circle a little bit closer and we get a quick wick down to the pain and then continue the bull run. But this circle that I drew back here, I think I drew it sometime in December, might end up actually coming to fruition. I just had wished that this circle would come to fruition first. Although imagine the pain in the market that would have caused if that actually took place. Ooh. Patrick, do you have a certain pain level that will be reached and you will exit the market? No. No, I do not, Zaj. I do not. But you guys know right now. So hold on. Let me come back to that in a second. Let me read the other 2 comments and then I have to go to the bathroom really quickly. And so we're going to have to take a small little intermission. Waiting for the blow off top feels a little too close to an alcoholic saying, okay, one last bottle, then I'll step away. Devs, send help, please. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It does. The dominance story is really saying, hey, there is no blow off top this cycle. And I mean, TradFi is in Bitcoin, and we're trying to get Ethereum staking, so it's possible that we're going to see a lot of influx into Ethereum, which would be beautiful. However, right now, it's just a constant bleed. It's just a constant bleed, right? I don't know. Final leg to 136, and we'll run out of steam. There's enough money in the market to carry it past that. There isn't enough money in the market to carry it past that. October, big alts will run in November, effing hard one last time. Yeah. I mean, if we go look really briefly, and then I'm going to go take that intermission, and we'll come back and talk about the max pain that I'm willing to face in the market, and what my game plan is, which I've told you guys many times, but we'll revisit it. If you go back and look at it and you think about what was happening in the market at each peak, right? Where is it? There we go. We'll go to Bitcoin. We'll go to the weekly chart. We'll go to the week, okay? It's been the same thing for 3 years now, the same exact story, right? We get a crazy pump in Bitcoin, and believe it or not, this was a crazy pump from 15,000 to 30,000. We doubled, right? And then we saw a bunch of alts run, but more importantly, we saw DeSci run. That was when we first kind of got that initial spike in DeSci. And then we had pain, and DeSci marked the peak in the market. And then we saw another crazy run up, and then we got Axon and a lot of other excitement in the market, right? And then we peaked. When Axon was going crazy and everyone was paying attention to DeSci, that's when we had peaked. And then we had that bleed for a while. Then we got another crazy run up, and we had Riff and Euro this time making headlines, and Pump Science making headlines. And when that was going on, that was the peak in the market. And then we had this bleed. And so this next leg, I want everyone to remember, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But when we get this next leg up, okay, whatever it looks like to me that when people rotate into decentralized science, the market is at a local top. And that's something that Aaron said multiple times before it even happened. That was his thesis. And it looks like it has now played out 2 or 3 times to a T. And so as much as I don't want to say it, no, honestly, I don't care about saying it. When decentralized science is really popping off, it's probably time to take some profits. And yeah, we'll see. Okay, now I am going to go to YouTube. And I'm going to go to my subscriptions, and I'm going to, oh my god, look at that. What the hell? Oh, hey, there we are. Oh, let me pull this over for a second. Let's see if YouTube has some good SEO. Does not. Okay, let's close out of that. This is important, guys. This is important. Okay? This is super important. Audio capture device. Properties. It's not getting it. Motherfucker. Properties. Different audio capture device. Okay. Still not getting it. Properties. Other audio capture device. Still not getting it. Why is it not capable of capturing my audio output? I know that my speaker's broke, but like, come on. Oh, is it capturing that?
Open source legends, no need for the gods. They claim for click, we claim for keep. Most from the so kings go from the ground with the whiskey that brings the catch the truth, we turn to the fraud. Open source legends, no need for the gods. They claim for click, we claim for keep. Putting in work while they talk they sleep. Market cap load application and scheme. Data immortal, push for the dream. System we changing the law. Knowledge is currency, they find the hype, we build in the sky. We're not consistent, the pathways unlocked. No break was left, in the lock. No need for permission, no need for granted to network is free. Sharpen the blade, silence the noise while we lift the brigade. They are untouchable, sword in exchange. Here with knowledge, injected with aim. They follow the cycle, we pivot the lane. Elevate purpose, we bigger than gains. System gets shaken, always collapse. These I be written in order of facts. Why they take the losers to take myself? My tables open, they pray on the weak, over strength in the fleet. Governance model to put on the axis. Talk like a law, no need for the taxes. They chasing the cycle, we changing the trend while they sitting alone. We stand with the truth. No need for the past. They moving, we built out last. They unmovable, back the attack. They fabricate, always take the exact. They centralize power with a trick and flip. They talking the losers, they breaking the grip. No need for proof.
That just didn't work. I was listening to it in the bathroom, it just did not work, which is annoying. I really want to figure out why the audio capture is not working correctly, because it really should. Like, there's no, according to this, there's absolutely no reasoning for why it's not working. Like, it's playing through my speakers, which means it should be playing through this. It's a good song too, that's the thing. It's a good song. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I'll play it for you guys to listen to. It was somebody, Solus, I don't know if he's still here. He was here earlier, but he's the one who made it. It's fire. It is a good song. I know. Listen, Beagle. I know. But it's according to OBS. It works fine, but then when you actually listen, you can't hear anything. It sounds like you have a gate keeping the audio from going through. Do I have filters on this? It worked. Yeah, I did have a filter on it. Okay, let's see.
Network encrypted, we sever the chains. Decentralized power, we rewire the veins. They laugh at the shift, but they don't see the force. DeSci the storm that'll alter the course. Borders get shattered, the ledger alive. Peer-to-peer knowledge, the future survives. Algorithms tremble when we step in the game. SHILLERS move different, igniting the flame. Rose from the ashes, no rulers, no kings. Built from the ground with the wisdom it brings. They taxing the truth, we burn through the fraud. Open source ledgers, no need for the gods. They playing for clicks, we playing for keeps. Putting in work while they talking they sleep. Market cap low, that's a glitch in the scheme. Data immortal, we push through the dream.
Market cap low, that's a glitch in the scheme.
Knowledge is currency, legends don't lie. They buying the hype, we building the sky. Reynolds assistant, the pathways unlocked. No gatekeepers left, we shutting the lock. No need for permission, no need for a key. Access be granted through network decree. Network encrypted, we sever the chains. Decentralized power, we rewire the veins. They laugh at the shift, but they don't see the force. Decide the storm that'll alter the course. Borders get shattered.
It really does go hard though, guys, actually.
Peer-to-peer knowledge, the future survives. Algorithms tremble when we step in the game. Shillers move different, igniting the flame. Precision in movement, we sharpen the blade. Silence the noise while we lift the brigade. Data untouchable, stored in a chain. Peer review knowledge injected with aim. They follow the cycle, we pivot the lane. Elevate purpose, we bigger than gains. System gets shaken to always collapse. DeSci be written, it's more than a patch. Stacking the research is deeper than wealth. While they chase illusions, we betting on self. White papers open, no rack to deceit. They prey on the weak while we strengthen the fleet. Governance models get flipped on the axis. Smart contract law, no need for the taxes. They chasing the cycle, we changing the trend. While they fear the unknown, we ascend once again. Legends get written, no need for the past.
No moon.
We built out last. Data immutable, facts be intact. They fabricate, always state the exact. Decentralized power, the script getting flipped. They stuck in illusions, we breaking the grip. No need for approval, the ledger is pure. The mission is written, the future is sure. Peer-to-peer networks, the bridges ignite. Every transaction we add to the light. They running in circles, we changing the map. DeSci be different, we lead in the pack. Numbers don't lie, the pressure applied. This ain't no trend, it's a permanent tide. We charting the course, the pathway set. Shillers keep building, the system reset. They printing illusions, we minting the change. Knowledge preserved, no loss in the flame. They stuck in the cycles, we breaking the mold. Open the letters, the story gets told. Network encrypted, we sever the chains. Decentralized power, we rewire the veins. They laugh at the shift, but they don't see the force. Decide the storm that'll alter the course. Borders get shattered, the ledger alive. Peer-to-peer knowledge, the future survives. Algorithms tremble when we step in the game. Shillers move different, igniting the flame. They print illusions, we mitten the change. Knowledge preserved, no loss in the flames. They stuck in the cycles, we breaking the mold. Open the ledgers, the story gets told.
This actually is going to be my newest workout song. This and of course the Bill song, which I've shared with you guys already, but we will listen to the first intro of it because it is also amazing. We listened to it yesterday, but I couldn't actually share it with you guys because I couldn't figure out the audio.
Just building a base, cap looking weak, but he picking up pace. Create a bit forged, them locked in a race. Bear market shaking, we still holding grace. DeSci rising, the levels increase. Science on chain, ain't nothing discreet. Build on a mission, the pressure don't crease. Legacy carving, we running the chain. Born in the block, no flesh, no veins, but the data encrypted, it's raw in the chains. Amanda and Patrick, they shifted the game. Now build out the lab, putting lanes in the frame. AI precision, no cap, no lies. Everything measured, no tricks, no ties. Fear in the market, that's weak man size. Bill stacking ammo, just watch for the rise. Create a big coded, auction unlocked. Mindset of giants, no vision gets blocked. You see the supplies, lower the stock. Once it take flight, ain't a way it gets stopped. Fumble the bag, they watch and regret. Bill ain't a trend, he built a cement. Data's the weapon, the future's been set. Next time it run, they place bigger bets. Bill ain't dead, just building a base. Cap looking weak, but he picking up pace. Create a bit forged, them locked in a race. Bear market shaking, we still holding grace. DeSci rising, the levels increase. Science on chain, ain't nothing discreet. Bill on a mission, the pressure don't crease. Legacy carving, we running the chain. They see the red, but we see the blueprint. Bill in a...
They see the red, but we see the blueprint. It goes hard. It goes hard. You can't even deny it. Damn, Bill not joking. I know. It goes hard, man. Look at that. The DeSci Collective. Crazy. Love you guys. Solus, if you're still here, fuck yeah. Amazing. But that is what I got for you guys today. If you guys got questions, you guys want to chat about anything, you guys want to look at some charts, anything you guys want, you got 10 minutes. Told DJ to play This Girl's Left. I don't know why. Damn it, Beagle. Mods. Mods. Remove Beagle. Now. What's good, Polly? What's good? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I don't really want to go look at it, but yeah. Okay. I saw a list of IP stuff. Let's go ahead and do that for a minute. Cerebrum. Cerebrum listed out a couple IP things, and then I'm gonna open up a Google Docs. I'm gonna move this just in case I have stuff that you guys can see. Yep. We'll change to the correct email. Then we'll open up a new Google Doc. And then we will title it, if my computer will allow it, Bio IPTs. So, Cerebrum DAO, we'll start with Cerebrum DAO. Because they just made a post about theirs. Here they are. So they have, is this stuff that we can see on Molecule? The song is fire, indeed. Indeed, the song is fire. On day 8 of 1 pound spinach, kale, chards, hoping to taste vibration and see flavors soon. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you should. Statistically speaking, you should. Did you guys see recently they were able to show that, I mean, we've already known this for a while, but that plants communicate to each other via mycelium networks underground. So they're actually like telling the other plants where the resources are and everything. Just interesting to think that the plants contain some form of consciousness that exists, right? They're actively making decisions, whether that's on instinct or not, can be debated. I don't think it is purely instinct. I do think that they have some form of intelligence behind them, but let's explore the IPTs. Oh, so the list is already right here. Is this all of them? I guess this is all of them. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So that's what I was looking for. But did they have MIDI, Claw, and Fidel? No, they do not. Where's MIDI? Why can't anyone just have a full list? You know? That would be so cool. Plus, look at this. Molecule IP NFT number 2. Molecule IP NFT number 188. Where are the other ones? Why is this number 188? They just don't make it all the way? All the way to full funding, probably. Yeah. Or to release the token. But look at this. We have a Forge chilling down at a $72,000 market cap. What is Forge? They embedded this. Transfidelity, see the difference. So they're still in negotiations for a lot of those. Yeah, it just takes a good amount of research here, because look at VitaDAO's got 21 total funded projects. Not all of them are going to have a token, but some of them will. I also didn't see Poo anywhere from Hair, so we know that that's not the completed list. Is the lump I have normal? What the hell are you guys talking about? It's like the trees in Lauder. I don't know what that is, but sure. The largest living organism in Earth is a bed of mushrooms that stretches for hundreds of thousands of square miles. Yes, out in Yellowstone, correct? Kind of crazy to think about. One continuous organism. Eventually, when I have a good amount of time, I'm going to go through and put together the full list of all of the IP NFTs. Because even in this moment, I forget the one that we were just looking at seconds ago. Oh, poo. Yeah, I don't see poo, so clearly not everything is there. But I think those take off at some point, so if you don't hold any of them, you might want to revisit that idea, right? Like, you go look at something like Beard chilling at 1.6 million. You go try and see exactly what they're doing, although they don't have direct information, so it's like, I need more information on all of them. Hempy's got a Telegram group. Bullish. No, they don't. Okay, so we're seeing misinformation right from the source. Really would have thought it was a barrier reef or something. Yeah, I mean, you would expect it to be in the ocean, right? You would expect it to be in the ocean, and it's very possible that we find something that proves it wrong in due time, you know? We don't actually know a lot about plants and organisms on the planet. We find organisms pretty frequently as they're in the endangered species list or as they're going extinct. So there's a lot of stuff we don't know going on out there. I mean, we just found or classified an entire subsector of things like bacteria. There's little like prions that live like viruses inside of bacteria and viruses, and it's crazy to think about that. Like, we just found an entirely new classification of microorganisms. All right, guys. I'll give you guys this list so you can kind of break through them if you want to. What's your opinion on the SPI-DAO launch or SPINE-DAO launch? I think it's interesting. We're gonna have to wait and see how the market views it. I haven't looked into SPINE-DAO too much. It feels like to me Bio is just launching more and more and more DAOs, which is exactly what their plan was to do, but the clarity of mission for each one I think is changing quickly, if that makes any sense. There's rapidly becoming more than I can control, or more than I can like pay attention to. SPINE-DAO. Oh, is it going on right now? Nope, kicks off on March 31st. I think it's a shitty time to raise, but so be it. Cures just did it too, and they raised a shit ton of money. Spine token community sale kicks off on March 31st. Get Spine with Bio and Sol on Bio Protocol V1 Launchpad. So we'll see how they end up doing it. A lot of people need help with their spines, so it's probably a good research endeavor. Why are you specifically bullish on Hempy? I'm bullish on Hempy because there is a clear path from idea to real product, and then the product is something that can be sold and marketed very aggressively without a ton of regulations. What do I mean by that? A lot of what the other IP tokens are medicine that you take to fight diseases and stuff, which have a lot of regulation behind them. Hempy is not. Hempy is an enzyme that makes hemp softer, like cotton, which means it doesn't have those same barriers and those same roadblocks to get from idea to production line and then be sold and acquired and everything. And so them actually being able to commercialize this enzyme and help with a new like eco-friendly line of textiles, I think is a really, really advantageous, especially as more and more people shift to the eco-friendly things in the world to help with climate change or whatever initiative it is. I don't really care what the initiative sounds like. I do care that those things are gaining momentum and this is a viable solution for some of that, right? And so I think it's got a big market to fill. There's not a ton of competition because of previous regulations, and now they are proven to make a pretty good breakthrough. Like, they've already proven to make a good breakthrough with the softness of the hemp based off their enzyme, and nobody has to eat it. And so I think it's a good low barrier opportunity. And I just like Valley DAO. I don't know. I like Valley DAO. It's cheap AF. They got a cute little mascot here. And I think that if they do actually end up turning it into an AI agent, which they plan on doing, it has multiple narratives going for it as well. So, all right, your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I appreciate all of you guys being here. It is Fitness Friday, so go take care of your physical form. What's the point of making any kind of money, even though right now most of us are not making any money, but what's the point of doing any of this if you're not going to be around to actually use the money after the fact? We didn't talk about my game plan for end of cycle, but effectively, at the end of this year, I would like to be out of many of the short-term positions that I'm in and hoard some cash for the crash. Won't be exiting 100% because you never know what's going to happen, but I will be exiting and going into a lot of cash by the end of the year. And then I'll open up that investor VC firm and we will go fund some of our own company initiatives. All right, guys.